Hello, and welcome to Behind the Scenes of the Pond. I'm your host, the Bullfrog, and let's talk Disney villains.
Listen well, all of you.
I have been eager to talk about this, but in order to do it, I have to open the curtain and talk about how we do the Disney villains. Well, it's more than just me going onto the screen and going, hey, this is how we edit. No, it's not that. It's how I am analyzing Disney villains. Because the thing is, I'm watching all these Disney movies chronologically. From Snow White all the way up to The Great Mouse Detective. You can notice these beats. Like when you watch Snow White, you may notice the real reason of Snow White. Yes, Snow White has unique storytelling and it's more emotional. But the real reason why is Walt Disney is flexing. He is showing the world this is an animated movie. That's the real reason for Snow White.
Well, duh.
It's showing off animation and how it could be a full movie. And why Pinocchio is so important. Pinocchio has more characters, is more story driven, and is more musically driven.
Hey.
Pinocchio is more iconic than Snow White. Heck, Pinocchio's theme of When You Wish Upon a Star is the theme of the Disney logo. That is the theme of Disney. But while you're going into this, Bullfrog, we're talking about Disney's hunters. Yes, that's the point. Disney's hunters have a legacy that spans beyond the movie they are in. And you can see it with two other movies. To analyze these movies, you have to understand the history of one of these movies in particular. That one being Jungle Book. This was the audience of the 1960s, but this audience was unique. So this was a generation that grew up after Bambi. And why Bambi is so iconic and why we need to go into depth with Jungle Book is because Bambi's mom died. Well, everyone knows that. Yes, but Bambi's mom was the first character death on the big screen. Bambi's mom was a character we all connected with. She died. It shocked people. It blew their minds that happened in an animated movie. Now imagine that generation wanting to go say goodbye to Walt Disney. And Jungle Book had a double reason why people were going to the movie, was to say goodbye to Walt Disney. This was the last animated project he'd worked on. And what does the Walt Disney Company do? On a movie that has a smaller budget, they have to reuse stuff. And they decide to be strategic in the things that they are reusing. Bambi's mom. I wish I had the DeLorean from Back to the Future and go and see this audience react to that. Because think about it. These are adults that grew up with the shock of Bambi's mom's death. Okay, Disney, we want to say goodbye. And here we are. Oh, no. No. I bet some of those that was some of the reactions in the audience. Their butts were clenched up. They were in terror because they knew what happened last time. It doesn't happen. They got that release and their butt cheeks were just relaxed a bit after, well, she survived. But think of it though. How many in the audience were feeling that? And more importantly, with her being on screen and having Shere Khan hunting her, how many people have a lot more memory to Shere Khan because of that reusing image of Bambi's mother?
That's a thinker.
But the writing, the design, and the character of Shere Khan probably does a whole lot. But that layup, Bambi's hunters bear responsibility to that. It's a layup, pure and simple. So we do have that for Bambi's hunters. But then we get to the third movie and the real reason why I wanted to do this video. And that is The Fox and the Hound. When you watch that movie at the very beginning, you could see the mother of Todd, the fox, and how she saves his life. And the art style of her death that reminds us of Bambi. And what happens like Bambi? She dies off-screen by hunters. This movie is more of an echo of Bambi's hunters compared to Jungle Book. But yet it has that echo, it has that reminder. And this movie came out early, mid-80s. The hunters really left an impact in American pop culture. How many times do movies and shows make reference to that?
I was a boy. They took away my mother.
You did that? You shot Bambi's mom?
Part of the Fawn of the Dead DVD collection.
Well, I guess he decided.
They have that legacy. Most Disney villains will never achieve this. It's too hard. Because, well, she was the first shock and awe of a death. That is the shadow of what the hunters have done. And I admit, there's another reason why I wanted to do this. So the next videos I'm going to see from the Disney is going to be Rescuers Down Under and then The Little Mermaid. There's a deeper meaning to Ursula and why she is so iconic. With our rate on releasing Disney villains, it may be a few years. But if we pick up the pace and do a little bit more than what we're doing, it may be next year. But Ursula is going to bear a bigger importance than a lot of people realize. And I hope I can highlight that and show you, wow, there's a lot going on. There's a lot tied to Ursula and how she is the reason that Disney villains are known as Disney villains.
Really?
Why am I doing this? Well, I'm behind the curtain, so I feel like I can give myself a little out and say, look, let's just admit it. Some villains are going to do better than others, and for Ursula, it may be a while, but you're going to see the reason why I think she has a lot more to her. There's a lot more reason behind her than Maleficent. What? These videos are hard to do, the Disney villains, and that's the reason why I do a whole lot in between, so that way I'm not overworked and done too much to myself. I give myself a break with doing these reviews and Indian movies. Of course, the Indian movies is a double reason. I enjoy them. They are fun to do. I'm doing my best, people. I really am. But I can't wait for her, and this is just a big moment of just foreshadowing and giving off a little, guess what, to it, and I can't help it. She's coming along. And until I get to Ursula, this is the Bullfrog signing out.